Namaskar. Well, friends, I heartily welcome you all to Bhim Bhashya, my audio video podcast series on Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. This audio video podcast series has 54 short speeches on Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, unraveling as many as 25 different facets, different dimensions of this multi-dimensional genius. Friends, this podcast series is focused on Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, his thoughts, his actions, his philosophy, and above all, the grand vision that he has shown for our country. This is what this podcast series is all about. So let's move ahead. In this episode 27, we turn to a completely different facet of Dr. Ambedkar's multifaceted persona. That is, Dr. Ambedkar as a visionary. Dr. Ambedkar's visionary role can be seen from at least one of his brilliant speeches titled, "Which Way to Emancipation?" It may be recalled that in October 1935, Dr. Ambedkar made an historic announcement, and I quote him, "I solemnly assure you," he said, "that I will not die as a Hindu." This announcement by Dr. Ambedkar showed his intention to leave the Hindu religion, and this sent shockwaves throughout the country. About 8 months later, there was a conference organized in Mumbai. The date was May 31st, 1936, which was attended by as many as 35,000 people. Dr. Ambedkar delivered his presidential address to the conference, which was essentially aimed at assessing the support of untouchables for a possible conversion to another religion. And this is what that speech is, Mukti Kaun Pathe, which way to emancipation. Let me read out some parts of this magnificent speech. Dr. Ambedkar said, and I quote, "The matter of conversion should be viewed in terms of two dimensions, social as well as religious, material as well as spiritual. Whatever may be the aspect or line of thinking, it is necessary to understand at the outset the nature of untouchability and how it is practiced in our country. In order to have a clear understanding of untouchability and its practice in real life, recall the stories of the atrocities perpetrated against you." Unquote. Then Dr. Ambedkar gave a number of examples of the then incidents of big atrocities all over the country. Then he added, and I quote, "The problem of untouchability is a matter of class struggle. It is a struggle between caste Hindus and the untouchables. This is a matter of injustice being done by one class against another. This class struggle has a relation with the social status. This conflict begins as soon as you start claiming equal treatment with others. How will you survive through this struggle is the main question. Those who wish to live life of self-respect and equality will have to think over, how should we survive through this struggle? The question which you must now consider is this: do you have enough power to survive through this struggle? Three types of strengths are known to man. First, manpower. Second, wealth. And third, mental strength. Which of these three you think you possess? So far as manpower is concerned, it is clear that you are in a minority. The financial strength is also the same. It is an undisputed fact that you at least have a little bit of manpower, but finances, you have none. As regards the mental strength, the condition is worse. For centuries, you have not only served the higher caste, but have also tolerated their insults and the tyranny without grudge or without any complaint. This has killed your sense of retort and revolt. Confidence, vigor, and ambition are completely vanished from you. The conclusion is, if you depend only upon your own strength, you will never be able to face oppression. I have no doubt that you are oppressed because you have no strength. Thus, two facts are established here. Firstly, you cannot face tyranny without strength. Secondly, you do not possess enough strength to face tyranny. Having established these two facts, the third automatically follows. That is, the strength required to face this tyranny needs to be secured from outside. How you are going to gain this strength is really an important question. Dr. Ambedkar goes on to say, it clearly means that you must leave your present religion and assimilate yourselves in some other society. Without that, you cannot gain strength of that society. So long as you do not have the strength, you and your future generations will have to lead the lives in the same pitiable conditions. Turning to the spiritual aspects of conversion, Dr. Ambedkar said, and I quote, conversion is much needed today also for a sense of spiritual well-being. What is religion for? And why is it necessary? Religion means rules imposed for the maintenance of this society. The question that still remains is, what should be the nature of the rules which govern the society? The question, what is religion and what is not religion, does not depend on its definition, but on the motive and nature of the rules that bind and govern the society. What should be the nature of real religion? What should be the relation between man and society? Modern social philosophers have postulated three answers to this question. Some have said that the ultimate goal of society is to achieve happiness for the individual. Some say that society exists for the development of the inherent qualities and energies of man and to help him develop himself. Still others claim that the chief object of social organization is not the development of or happiness of an individual, but creation of an ideal society. The ideas of Hindu religion, however, are very different from all these concepts. There is no place for an individual in Hindu religion. The Hindu religion is constituted on the basis of class. The Hindu religion does not teach how one individual should behave with another individual. A religion which does not recognize the individual is not personally acceptable to me. Everyone needs knowledge. Everybody needs arms. Everyone wants money. The religion which forgets this and has intention to educate only a few and keep the rest in darkness is not a religion, but a conspiracy to keep people in mental slavery. A religion which permits one person to bear arms and prohibits another from doing the same is not a religion, but a craftiness to keep the latter in perpetual slavery. A religion which opens the path to acquisition of property for some and compels others to depend on these few, even for their daily necessities of life, is not a religion, but sheer self aggrandizement. That is what is called Chaturvarnya in Hinduism. It is clear that you cannot develop yourself at all in Hinduism. Three factors are required for the upliftment of an individual. They are sympathy, equality, and liberty. Can you say that any of these factors exist for you within Hinduism? So far as sympathy is concerned, it does not exist for you in Hinduism. Hindus have no sense of brotherhood towards you. You believe that the Hindus will not use their power rightly because they lack sympathy for you. And if this is so, what is the use of living in the midst of such hatred? Is there equality in Hinduism? Dr. Ambedkar goes on to say, and I quote again, untouchability is nothing but concrete inequality. Such a living example of inequality is to be found nowhere. Nowhere at no point of time in the history of the world can we find such inequality which is more intense than untouchability. Some people say that untouchability is a stigma on the Hindu religion. This statement, however, does not convey any sense at all. No Hindu believes that Hindu religion is a stigma. The majority of Hindus, however, believe that you are a stigma, that you are impure. How have you been brought to this condition? I think you have been thrust into this condition because you have continued to be Hindus. Some Hindus cite the Upanishad, proudly say that God is all-pervading according to the principles enunciated in the Upanishad. The Hindus can be ranked among those cruel people whose utterances and acts are poles apart. They have Ram on their tongue and a knife under their armpit. They speak like saints and act like butchers. They keep company with those who believe that God is omnipresent but treat men worse than animals. They are hypocrites. Do not keep contact with those who feed ants with sugar and kill men by prohibiting them from taking water. They are hypocrites. The Hindus consider you as the lowest of the low, so the Muslims and Christians also consider you likewise. They fear that if they treat you as equals, the Hindus will also treat them as low. Hence, Muslims and Christians also follow untouchability like Hindus. Thus, we are not only low in the eyes of Hindus, we are the lowest in the whole India because of the treatment given to us by Hindus. If you have to get rid of these shameful conditions, if you have to cleanse this stigma and make this precious life graceful, there is only one way, and that is to discard Hindu religion and Hindu society. Is there freedom for you in the Hindu religion? Some people might say that you have freedom of trade guaranteed by law like any other citizen. You are also said to have got personal liberty like all others. You have to think deeply over such statement to see whether they really carry any meaning. The law may guarantee various rights, but only those can be called real rights, which you are permitted by society to exercise them. A right which is guaranteed by law but is opposed by the society is of no use at all. Untouchables are in need of that social liberty which is guaranteed by law. So long as you do not achieve social liberty, whatever freedom is provided to you by law is of no avail. Mere physical freedom is no use. Freedom of mind is of prime importance. Of whom we say that his mind is free? I call him free, who with an awakened consciousness realizes his rights, responsibilities, and duties. One who is not a slave of usage, customs, and traditions or of teachings because they have come down from his ancestors, whose flame of reason is not extinguished. I call him a free man. He who does not lead his life under the directions of others, who carves out his own aim of life according to his own reasoning and decides for himself as to how and in what way his life should be led, I call him a free man. In the light of above observations, are you free in the Hindu religion? In my opinion, not only you have no freedom, but you are worse than slaves. Your slavery has no parallel. It is an indisputed fact that the whole of the Hindu religion is the creation of high caste Hindus for the welfare and prosperity of the high castes. It is what they call a religion that has assigned you the role of a slave. If you want freedom, you must change your religion. Dr. Ambedkar then turns to the criticism of conversion. And I quote him, "Some Hindus pretending to be religious advise you saying, a religion is not a matter of enjoyment. A religion cannot be changed as we change our clothes every day. You wish to leave this Hindu religion and embrace another one, but do you then think that your ancestors, who clung to this religion for long period, were they fools?" Dr. Ambedkar says, "I do not find any substance in this objection. A foolish man alone will say that one has to adhere to one's religion because it is that of his ancestors." There is yet another argument against conversion. It is that conversion is a sort of escapism. Today, a number of Hindus are bent upon improving the Hindu religion. They claim that untouchability and casteism can be eradicated with the help of these people. It is therefore argued that it is not proper to change one's religion at this juncture. The greatest of the Hindus who claims to fight for the cause of untouchability is Mahatma Gandhi. To what extent can he go? Mahatma Gandhi, who pilots the non-violent agitation against the British government, is not even prepared to hurt the feelings of caste Hindus, the oppressors of untouchables. He is not willing to launch a satyagraha against them. He is not even prepared to take legal action against the caste Hindus. I do not see any good coming from such reformers. You must understand that the main object of our movement is not the reform of Hindu religion. The principal object of our movement is to achieve social freedom for untouchables. It is equally true that this freedom cannot be secured without conversion. I do accept that the untouchables need equality as well. And to secure equality is also one of the objectives of our movement. But nobody can say that this equality can be achieved only by remaining in the Hindu religion. While concluding his brilliant speech, Dr. Ambedkar adds, and I quote, "For myself, I have already taken a decision. My conversion is for sure. However, for you, conversion is a must for spiritual as well as for material reasons. I tell you specifically that man is not for religion. Religion is for man. To become human, convert yourselves. To get organized, convert yourselves. To achieve strength, convert yourselves. To get liberty, convert yourselves. To make domestic life happy, convert yourselves. Why do you remain in that religion which does not treat you as human beings? Why do you remain in that religion which does not allow you to be educated? Why do you remain in the religion that prohibits you from entering temple? Why do you remain in that religion which prohibits you from taking water? Why do you remain in that religion which obstructs you from getting a job? Why do you remain in that religion which insults you at every step? A religion which prohibits righteous relation between man and man is not a religion, but a display of force. A religion which does not recognize a man as a human being is not a religion, but a disease. A religion which allows the touch of animals but prohibits touch of human beings is not a religion, but a mockery. A religion which precludes one class from education and forbids it to accumulate wealth or to bear arms is not a religion, but a mockery of life of human being. A religion that compels the illiterate to be illiterate and poor to be poor is not a religion, but a punishment. Finally, while concluding his great speech, Dr. Ambedkar said, and I quote him again, "I also take refuge in the words of Gautam Buddha." And he quoted him, "Be your own guide. Take refuge in your own reason. Do not listen to advice of others. Do not succumb to others. Be truthful. Take refuge in truth. Never surrender to anything." Unquote. If this message of Lord Buddha is borne in mind at this juncture, I'm sure your decision about conversion will not go wrong. Unquote. Well, friends, let's conclude this session here. But before I leave, I would like to request you yet again, if you like this audio video podcast series, please like it, please share it, and please subscribe to it. So long until we meet again real soon. Thank you. Namaskar.